I'm Steve Dockrell from the University of Bradford. I'm going to introduce you to a new archaeological project, the Gateway to the Atlantic. The project's set in Orkney, and behind me is the subject of the study, the island of Rousay. Rousay is quite important because of the number of archaeological sites that it has upon it. Many sites were excavated in the 1930s, and they range from the Neolithic through to the Iron Age. We're interested in looking at the long-term view of human settlement on the island, and this long duration is really important to be able to study how people adapted in the past to climatic change, environmental change. We're going to be looking at two sites this summer, principally the site of Swandrow, which is a coastal erosion site. It seems to be a multi-period site with a Viking aspect to it on one side, but we think we're going to be looking mainly at Iron Age deposits from the initial work that we did last year. The site is actually eroding from the sea quite badly, and you'll be able to see how the work progresses day by day. I'd like to introduce you now to my colleague, Dr. Julie Bond.
Hello, I'm Julie Bond. In front of us is the coastline of Rousay, where we'll be working for the next few weeks. I'm an environmental archaeologist, and I'm particularly interested in how people got enough to eat, how they made a living from the land and the sea. Looking at this landscape on a day like today, you might think it's a bit bleak, but people have been farming here since the Neolithic, and understanding how they sustained their way of life for thousands of years through climate change and sea level rise has lessons for us today. During the next few weeks, I hope to show you how we use the animal bones and plant remains from the excavations to build a picture of these past lives.
This is Swandrow on Rousay, and Julie Bond is laying out some ranging poles on the site that we partially excavated last year. The site was covered with black plastic, which you can see there, and sandbags packing the walls and stone furniture, and then a layer of stone beach cobbles over the top. The idea was to try and protect the site over the winter from the storms, and we seem to have survived remarkably well. A number of the bags have been washed away. As if I pan around, you can see several of them down the beach there, but we hope that most of the site remains intact.